Righto, as requested on the Fractal forum, I want to shoot out this new free IR from Justin York against the other free IR that I did a demo video of earlier, which I think is based on a cab with Blackback speakers. So what I wanted to demonstrate mostly is, well, before we do that, I'll run you through what I'm doing. I've got the Freeman BE, I've got the FAT switch on, the settings as you can see here. I've got the FAT switch, basically the FAT switch, I believe, changes the mid-range control frequency. It doubles it or it triples it or something like that. Probably wrong about that, so I'll stop talking about it. Here's what it sounds like without it. Which on its own is really obnoxious, but that, as always, is what you want if you want to cut through a mix with a full band. I've done that. I have lowered the negative feedback to 4, added a little bit of motor drive, and that is the extent of how I've tweaked the amp. As you can see, depth, presence are the same, and bass and mids are around 6 and 7, and I've got the FE2 boost, mids boosted a little bit, drive low, tone high, level on 10. That's what we're doing here. The idea that I wanted to discuss is this new IR is a little bit more scooped sounding than the other one. So let's have a listen to the differences. And basically, I've got a really mid-range heavy amp or a really mid-range heavy tone dialed in. And what I want to demonstrate is that if you've got an amp which is mid-heavy and you want to balance it out, try to choose a scoopier IR and vice versa. So here's what it sounds like with this new Blackback IR. And let's compare it to the other IR, which I believe was the first one he posted. So having listened to the difference there, it's the mids are in a different place. That's the way I would describe that one, more so than it kind of being scooped. It sounds like here, with the original IR, that there's way more sizzle in the top end. So if you were mucking around with the amp, you might want to turn the FAT switch off for that IR. As opposed to the other IR. Basically sounds like this one has the emphasis on the low mids, whereas the other one has the emphasis on the high mids, and you can compensate for that by changing where the middle frequency lies. Or now, there's obviously characteristics about each IR which are different, but those tones are, slightly more balanced sounding than the opposite situation. For example, if I had the new IR with the FAT switch off. But I really like that. That's like pinch harmonics are great with this. You can't see my face, but I'm making some rude faces because that feels so good to play. All right, let's hear it with a different amp model now. Let's hear it with a rectifier and how each IR kind of accentuates different parts of the sound. This is Recto 1. This is kind of the old Recto. I've got a Revision G rectifier that I recorded most of the last Ragdoll album with. It's a magic sounding amp, and this model gets really, really close to that sound. So this is what it sounds like with Justin's new IR. And let's hear it with the other one. And as you can hear, I mean, straight away, I don't know what you guys think. If you've got a different opinion to me, let me know in the comments. But I like this IR paired with a really bass heavy, top heavy, and scoop mid kind of thing going on here. As opposed to the newer IR, which is, like I said, there seems to be an emphasis in the lower mids rather than the upper mids. But as always, use your ears and use the one that you like better. I think that's the golden rule with all of this kind of stuff. But yeah, interesting comparison. I think these are both really good sounding IRs. One other thing you could do is to actually put both of them in the same stereo cab and have a best of both worlds kind of thing. So I'm going to do that. Let's see. There's that one. I've got everything panned down the middle. So that's pretty cool. I'll just turn proximity off here. So this is what it sounds like with both of them. And with the Friedman. What you can do, of course, is, you know, if you like this one more with the Friedman, just drop the level on this one. I actually really like that as a mix. So yeah, there's a third option. Just use both and adjust the level to get it where you like it. Anyway, as always, subscribe and tell your mates about the channel if you like it, and I will see you guys next time.